Hello and welcome to this TechJuice discussion on unsupervised learning algorithms and their possible impact on the military. I'm M. Marshall Mohan. ChatGPT and other pre-trained transformer solutions have now become ubiquitous, with a chatbot-like interface, taking in questions in conversational style like Alexa or Siri, and providing intelligent responses formatted for direct use. When Microsoft linked this with their browser, they started an AI war with Google. We now know the massive scale of investment in AI since, with reportedly a major proportion of the US GDP for this year pumped into data centers and AI training computing infrastructure. NVIDIA just crossed $5 trillion in valuation, courtesy the massive demand for high-end processors for AI. The race for artificial general intelligence is on and will not only transform militaries but even our own very lives. I will cover a few aspects to introduce this technology. In the AI war that started between Google and Microsoft, Google was forced to bring up its version of AI to stay ahead of the stock market. And Bard, which is now Gemini, was revealed to the world in 2023. Unlike ChatGPT, Bard had already digested the information on the internet and kept incrementally learning. It had already formed a human-like model to transform knowledge into intelligence and respond uniquely as if it was a person. Bard shocked audiences around the world with replies to queries like summarize the New Testament or translate the summary into Latin. When it summarized the New Testament, it just said that the New Testament is the story of God's love for humanity, which was revealed through Jesus Christ. I'm conscious that many AI agents will listen to our discussion now and pick up what we think about them. Scary, isn't it? Legend has it that Ernest Hemingway won a bet by writing a 6-word story. The story read, "For sale, baby shoes never worn." For sale, baby shoes never worn. When Bard was asked to finish this story, it wrote a short story with a human touch. Some sentences were very touching, as the one highlighted, which reads, "The shoes were a gift from my wife, but we never had a baby." It was unbelievable that such creativity can come from silicon. It even translated the single-line story into verse with very human emotions. It said, a woman lost her child and moaned in sorrow deep. She saw an ad and thought these shoes could help me grieve. She bought them, held them close, and felt her pain subside. She knew her baby's soul would always be alive. She knew her baby's soul would always be alive. This was an unsettling experience and shook the whole world, and there have been calls for regulation of AI ever since. Google's parent company Alphabet, which also acquired a British startup called DeepMind. DeepMind created a chess-playing program through unsupervised self-learning, where the computer played chess with itself. In a week, it learned chess and bet the grandmasters. The stated aim of DeepMind is to focus on a generalist approach to AI, developing a general-purpose learning algorithm or general-purpose learning algorithms that can learn from data and experience rather than being programmed for a single task. There have been an explosion of AI tools for specific tasks, such as ideas with a chat-like interface, text to image tools that generate an image based on a specified style and a prompt, copywriting tools, which are actually AI-based writing assistants, visual design editing and creation tools, website design and creation tools, video tools that create shorts, and workflow automation tools which create information from data. The explosion of generative AI tools with image, video, audio, and even movie making abilities marches on relentlessly. While the social aspects will take time to iron themselves out, the military applications will almost immediately become evident in an asymmetric conflict zone. In the medium term, they will start showing up as military products and enhancements for established militaries to upgrade their inventory. Unsupervised learning AI can be highly useful in military applications for tasks involving pattern recognition, anomaly detection, and decision support. The modern battlefield is sometimes referred to as a digital battlefield. Digital communication infrastructure forms the backbone of this battlefield, with sensors constantly pumping data in the form of image, voice, video, weather, targets, etc. They pump this to a computing system that would be AI enabled. Loss of digital connectivity due to cyber threats and malware between consumers and data sources can be catastrophic to the outcome of any battle. AI's pattern recognition can play a crucial role in picking up malware and detecting anomalous network traffic patterns and eliminating cyber threats. Battlefield awareness, processing the mass of data that gets thrown up from an area of surveillance, is a major challenge. Gone are the days when humans scanned monitors to identify unusual activity, such as unexpected troop inventory deployments. AI is ideally suited for the task as long as it is properly trained for it. Trained AI algorithms can fuse data from spaceborne, airborne, and ground sensors from multiple spectra: visible, ultraviolet, infrared, microwave, UVHF, and even other sensors to make sense of what is happening in a highly complex battlefield. Electronic order of battle, which used to be shortened as SIGINT, that was earlier the preserve of a separate domain called electronic warfare, has progressively blurred to become part of the digital battlefield. Now the electronic order of battle has begun being estimated from data flows. Necessary countermeasures are estimated from past pattern recognition abilities of AI. Battlefield awareness is the key to success in today's warfare. What do we call these machines which are on this graphic? Drones? UAVs? UASs? I think the word drone was invented to make sure that established militaries were not threatened and thought of as only required for dirty, dumb, and dangerous missions. It was an industry masterstroke to make generals believe that no jobs would be automated and replaced. Unmanned aerial systems was also an equally boring name, as it suggested that we are using them where a man's presence and on-site intelligence is not required. Soon this went into trouble with the female piloting community, objecting to the terminology as sexist, although I think they were equally fooled by the intent behind the name. The focus on the aerial component belies the fact that it is integrated with a significant computing infrastructure either on ground or in space or at sea or underwater. Therefore, progressively, the word vehicle in UAV became systems, therefore UASs. Even in the air, the drone operated with other drones as a swarm, making them a system. Therefore, I think it's better to use uninhabited aerial system or just UASs. Reconnaissance in a future battlefield will be done by space assets as well as UASs, uninhabited air systems. The UASs with significant autonomous capabilities can learn patterns in terrain and recognize strategic points without predefined labels. Based on changes in the observed areas, These UASs can adapt to new environments for improved navigation and route optimization. Swarm technologies have enabled UASs to operate as swarms. Whether it is attacking an enemy resource with intelligent swarms, strapped with explosives, or operating with a manned aircraft in what is increasingly being referred to as a loyal wingman, again an industry marketing gimmick, swarms are here to stay. AI can be used to optimize swarms based on aggregate battlefield data. An AWACS platform is crucial to any air battle manager today. However, it is also a sitting duck that can be eliminated if the opponent has the wherewithal. Swarm UASs can be configured as a composite antenna and processing system to provide battlefield surveillance similar to that of an AWACS, with a fighter in control of the swarm. The data flows from the swarms will then feed the battle network, either through direct or space-based links. The combination of highly agile swarms and well-armed fighters will be highly survivable in today's battlefield. They can disperse on attack and regroup and auto-configure the radar system thereafter. We could even add swarm elements by launching them into position after the attack by an adversary to restore the destroyed drones. This way, it could be near impossible to destroy the airborne radar capability of an air force. Equipment availability and predictive maintenance are vital to ensuring success in an equipment-intensive battlefield. I think there will be extensive application of unsupervised AI for predicting equipment failures by developing digital twin models based on anomalies in the large volumes of maintenance data that will flow into these algorithms from the equipment deployed. Digitizing stocks and warehousing can help AI identify inefficiencies and optimize supply chains based on the data of past resupply missions. Increasingly, we observe that social media has become the preferred weapon for information warfare for governments and for asymmetric warfare by insurgents. Social media data can give early warnings and interconnections between insurgents by advanced pattern analytics that AI can bring to the table. Wargaming, AI algorithms that constantly digest business data and are trained on business strategy have already found their way into company boardrooms. Wargaming is no different. It involves pattern recognition based on the clustered knowledge of successful and unsuccessful historic battles, scenario generation with a red team, and detecting unexpected behaviors of red teams through real-time anomaly detection abilities. The simulation abilities of AI can be extended to create autonomous agents, performing multiple battlefield roles and collaborating for strategic decision-making without human intervention. AI simulation can be used to expose vulnerabilities in the electronic order of battle and supply chains. Simulation abilities can also be used to estimate the impact of psychological and information warfare strategies. AI-based strategic decision support may be vital for optimizing response of an operational commander engaged in a real war with data emerging from the fog of war. Unsupervised learning and other AI algorithms have emerged as a key part of the augmentation in a digital battlefield. This is a space that will rapidly develop as there are no runners-up in a military confrontation. In the social sphere, there will be a lot of discussion before AI is applied with regulations, I'm sure. But the military is the space to watch. Thank you for watching and see you in the next episode.